All right, I have a question I want to ask tonight, and that question is, are we all ready to move with this course, the art of public speaking? Tonight, we want to look at how to master the art of public speaking. How to master the art of public speaking. My name is Dr. Stella Henry. We dealt with the intro of the art of public speaking. We tested on that. So that's your intro, that's your stage one, those are the basis of the art of public speaking. Then after that, now we try to dive into how to master the art of public speaking. So to master the art of public speaking, I think the first important thing you need to know is your speech, your topic. What topic are you trying to deal with? For the fact that 10 people were raped on your street is not enough for you to start writing on rape. For you to be able to convince the judge and of course your audience, you have to prove rape beyond reasonable doubt. You have to prove rape beyond ejaculation. You have to prove rape beyond racing rape. So when you take topics that you can't elaborate it, you lack words due to the kind of topic you have taken, please just drop it and don't even start. That is dead on arrival. So please don't take it. Most important things to do is that you have to have vital information of the topic that you want to treat. So do not go for any topic just because it happened on your street. Go for it because you know the in and out of it. Go for a course that a topic that you really have emphasis to lay. You can lay as much emphasis as you can on that particular course. It means that you know the in and out of it. That is how you can master the art of public speaking. Operation Talk and Pause is a skill in the art of public speaking. For instance, I can just go. Stella Henry is a dual citizen of both Nigeria and United States of America, and because her parents died, she has decided that she is going to live in Melissa, Texas for the rest of her life. And currently, she has bought a house in Melissa where she wants to stay for the rest of her life. Okay, that's just a regular talk. But if you're delivering a speech, you have to bring out that skill, which is pause. You talk, you pause. Then, so you do the Operation Talk and Pause. Stella Henry, who is a dual citizen of both Nigeria and United States of America, is currently living in Melissa, Texas, where she intends to make her home for the rest of her life due to the fact that she lost her parents. So the talk and pause helps your audience to be able to assimilate the last thing you said before you try to say the next thing. When they're able to assimilate, it helps them to follow you. It helps them to understand it. And by this Operation Talk and Pause, it helps you to activate your empathy. Empathy is a skill. If you want to master the art of public speaking, it will help you to open up your empathic system. And then once you are able to activate your empathy system, trust me, automatically you arouse emotions of your audience, which is a goal. You have to learn to communicate positively, and you have to do what? You have to communicate influentially. I remember somebody was marketing and I said, okay, let's hear her out and see what she's selling. And so we got there, and then listening to her, she was just rumbling and couldn't convince us. There was no conviction in her speeches. There was no you could not influence us, and at the end of the day, we just couldn't. She wasn't even sure of what the product she was marketing. Therefore, we couldn't buy. So you have to think before you speak. think before you speak. You need to start powerfully. If you're gonna start a speech, start powerfully. If you begin to rumble, people are going to get agitated, because you need to talk that everybody at the end of the room should hear what you're saying. But if it gets to a point where they're saying, has she started talking? What is she saying? Oh my goodness, is that the kind of speaker? It's gonna distort you too. By the time you will see the noise all over the whole place, it's gonna distract your attention. So you need to start powerfully. How do you start powerfully? Is it by screaming? No. Screaming is totally different from starting powerfully. For you to start powerfully, you have to start speaking from your diaphragm. You have to open it up. People that are psalmists in this class, they know what I mean. They have this silent exercise they do before they start singing. But as far as you're not a singer, you can't tell. So the same way, public speakers, you breathe. There's this breathing and breathe out exercise that helps you to relax. So when you want to start and you want to open up your diaphragm so you can speak from down there, you're going to do the inhale. You breathe in through your nostrils, and then after breathing in through your nostrils, you're going to exhale. That is inhale. You inhale through your nostril, then you're going to exhale through your mouth. So it's like you just like sip it out. So when you go like, you open up the diaphragm, it is open. Everything that was closed, the lungs that were collapsed, everything is open and ready, and your speech is just gonna come out from down there with clarity, and then it will just be a natural, clear sound. No atom of rumbling, no screaming, but natural. And trust me, everybody can hear what you are saying. So that exercise is one of the things that is very vital that we should do. Do what is called empowerment promise. Empowerment promise. When you start your speech, people are still trying to adjust and readjust, sit down and change their seat. You start giving them assurance that by the end of this topic, by the end of my speech today, you are going to fully become so aware of, and you realize that everybody will leave what they are doing to pay attention to what you have to say. Sometimes ask questions. A lot of people ask questions and it helps. But do not ask question that has no point or has nothing to do with your topic. And then you have to love what you do, because loving what you do will help you to deliver with passion. I have had a job that I never liked, so every time it was almost time to go, I'll become sick, I'll become tired, I'll become everything because of what I didn't like what I was doing at that time. So when you enjoy what you do, it will really help you to do it more naturally. Overconfidence is bad, fear is worse. You need to be in the middle, just be confident. And then so speech is power. Every time you've been called upon to go and deliver a speech, just have in mind that speech is power. And every time you've come to deliver a speech, it is because there's something that the people think you can do. You can persuade them to understand something that, let's say they have called you to go and deliver a speech in a school. There's something that you carry that students will sit down, pay attention and listen to you, because you're going to persuade them and pour that power into them. So when you show up in a place, don't have at the back of your mind because of your oratory power, people are going to clap. You do not go for a program to deliver speech for an ovation that you will get. You rather go there to give. Always have in mind that you go there to give. This will help you to remember to slow down, you talk and pause, so that your audience will be able to follow you. Also, the 3 A's have always helped a lot of people. The 3 A's in how to master the art of public speaking. The very first one being the authenticity. the authenticity. If it is authentic, when you say it because you are saying what you know, you have said it over and over, you looked at yourself in the mirror and everything is good to go, it's going to help you to deliver naturally. That's so natural. You are not reading to finish what you have written, but you are really talking, to connecting to your audience. Authenticity. It has to speak to you before it can speak to another person, because the authenticity in your word, with your voice, in what you're saying, is going to help your empathy. It's going to help emotions to be at work. The second A is awareness. You have to be aware of what you're talking about. You have to be aware of the environment. You have to be aware of the audience. You have to be aware of what you're trying to apply into their life. It's like when you have read the Bible and read what Apostle Paul said, what is the application? How do you apply it into the lives of the audience, the particular people you're talking to? So you got to know something about your audience, and that will help you to deliver and get them connected to what you're saying. And the third one is the audacity in your voice, the audacity in your speech. You have, when there's what gives you the audacity to do that, like you are so sure of what you're saying. You're so sure because you have evidence to back it up. You have more information to back up the speech that you're delivering. My God, it helps people to be informed. Somebody really wants to listen to you because you are delivering this as even if this was somebody's message, right? But you learned it. If this was the Bible you were talking about, you learned it and you were just given it the way it should be. And somebody's like, my God, I read this and I did not understand it. So somebody's going to pay attention. It inspires to have the audacity to teach what you know very well. And then a lot of times people tell stories. If you have to tell story, let your story reflect to what you are teaching. Let your story have a point. And I talked about don't rumble. If you start your speech and you're rumbling, people are going to say, sorry, I didn't hear her say that again, repeat. By the time you repeat twice, you're going to have something called frustration. And frustration is not good for you. You need to stay organized and very concise. People that speak well, they exude confidence. And that is beautiful. When you speak well, it's a plus. You will have all the oratory power, but then you do not understand how it works to do this thing called the art of public speaking. So no matter what you have, studying is very important. Practicing is very important. Staying organized is very important. Being concise is very important. Knowing what you want to talk about is very important. And a lot of people bring water. A lot of people bring water to their speech. It's just one of those things. It's not one of how to master, but it's just one of the things that public speakers do. They bring water. Sometimes people will ask you questions that that will take you unawares. They will sweep you from your feet. It's like this question they just asked, you don't know it. But all of a sudden, you can grab your water instead of looking dazed and looking confused for a second. While that question drops, you didn't really pick it. You can just grab your bottle of water, open it up, and then take a sip of it, and then go, wonderful question. And then from there, you move on. Whether you have answered it or you have not answered it, they haven't seen that you don't even know the question that was asked. Do not swallow the end of your words. Swallowing the end of your words sometimes gets everybody confused. For instance, we have mad, like a mad person. We have mat, like the mat on the floor, right? So now when you swallow the whole syllable, is a problem. We're confused. Did she just say mad, like a mad person? Was she talking about mat, like the mat on the floor? So clarity is very important. And this is why you have to speak from your diaphragm. If you're a speaker, always do that from your diaphragm. You cannot overemphasize on the need on unlocking your empathy. What is empathy? Ability to understand and share the feelings of another, ability to understand and share the feelings of another, empathy. You need to unlock it. If you unlock it, that is it. When you are delivering, you are just reading to finish. There's no feelings, there's no empathy, there's no you have not activated any of this. But if you have activated it, when you're telling your own story, my God, my mother died when I was 12. My father married another person. That woman didn't want me in the house, never fed me. I had to start selling water to survive. I did it for 10 years. So one day, a woman found me on the street and picked me up and sent me to school. My teachers, because I couldn't learn, I couldn't understand anything, my teachers called me a dunce. They called me slow learner and all these ugly names. Every time in my life I cried. But I want to thank God that, to cut the long story short, today, because of too many things that happened to me, because people were cursing me all the time, I wanted to open up the dictionary and see what they have just said. From there, I started loving public speaking. And I said to myself that that's what I would do. To God alone be all the glory that finally, though it was hard, but I still made it to college. I made it to everywhere. I got my master's and today I am a public speaker and they're calling me everywhere. And I'm changing lives. My pain became power. My pain became power. Somebody, there is power in your pain. There's power in your pain. You see what I'm saying? It has to minister to you. You have to unlock your empathy. You can, but when you just want to concentrate on your oratory power and just read to finish, you are just going to concentrate and go without even pausing. We are going to stop here today, and the question that you're going to do, like I said, you're going to do the intro, and you're going to answer the question that is given on the intro. The question that you're going to deal with over here is write a 2-page of a speech on the topic contributory negligence as a defense in a tortious liability. Contributory negligence as a defense.